Joining us now, private investigator Tom Ruskin and criminal defense attorney Rosemary Arnold. Tom, let me start with you. What's with the X-ray panels?
The X-ray panels are standard operating procedure for police departments.
Okay, but is that what they're looking for, a body or a weapon?
They're looking for something in the walls. It could be a body, like what they did when they found the body of the college student up in Pennsylvania, or some kind of evidence. And what you do as a technician is you put that panel up against and you X-ray it as you would a bomb or a suitcase that you suspected a bomb, and that's the reason for the bomb truck. They bring it out, it quickly develops the film, and they can see what's in that wall.
Rosemary, why this huge show of force now? You know, you had the parents for a couple of weeks, you've had access to the house, and yet all of a sudden it's now that they've got the bomb-sniffing dogs, and they've got the no-fly, and they've got the X-ray panels, and all this stuff. Why now? Well,
we can guess. My guess is that they have another lead, and they think they're going to find something else in this house. And, you know, I saw Bill Stanton, the investigator, this morning on the morning shows, and seems to me like he's backing up a little bit also. You know, he's a former cop. Maybe he knows something that we don't know.
You mean he's sort of couching himself more?
Seems to me. I heard him say, and I wrote it down because I said, wow, I can't believe you said that. All along he's been saying, I don't work for these people, I work for the benefactor. But this morning he said, I'm still looking at them with some suspicions. So you have to think if he's going to say something like that. And then on another show I heard him say, I would assume this was done by accident. So maybe he knows something.
That's interesting. You know, Tom, we were talking off camera, and we were saying, how could they have done it? If they did it, how could you do it? And you were talking about the timeline. There's just not a lot of time to, if you're going to get rid of a body, do it well and thoroughly.
Right, and she didn't know when her husband was going to, her boyfriend was going to come home, Jeremy, the father of the child. She didn't know when he was going to come home. So if she accidentally killed that baby, she doesn't have a lot of time, and she doesn't know when Jeremy's going to come home. Jeremy, for all intents and purposes, has an airtight alibi that's backed up by video in the place in which he was working, which was Starbucks close by. She doesn't have a lot of time. And what does she do if she accidentally killed the baby? What does she do? What we do know is at 4:30 that afternoon, about 4:30, she's out with her brother, and she's buying the wine, which she consumed later, but she's buying baby supplies. So unless she really was trying to cover up something she had done earlier, why would you be buying baby supplies?
That's one of those little things that usually
you don't know.
Criminals don't think of. You know, it's something. It's a tiny detail. Rosemary, she's come out and she herself acknowledged, yeah, I bought the wine. Yeah, I was drunk. Yeah, I may have blacked out. Is that something that perhaps a defense attorney would tell a person if they said, you know, we better prepare for the worst, so you need an excuse?
You know, I know Joe, and I know Joe would never tell her to say that if it wasn't actually true. But
no, lawyers never do that, do they?
Absolutely not. And in this case, if in fact it is true, it would explain, again, an accident rather than a deliberate action. I was so drunk, I just didn't know what happened. Yeah. You know, you're a mother, I'm a mother. We go to bed, we don't sleep with fans, we don't pass out, because we want to know that if our children cough in the middle of the night or if they're having a bad dream, we can hear them.
Do you know, since this thing started, I got up last night about 3 o'clock in the morning, and my husband, what time is it? 3. I went in to check on the kids. I think this thing gets in all of our heads. We're going to take a quick break. More on this discussion after this.